So this video is a little bit of a departure from what the videos have been here leading up to this. You would expect me to be at the property getting ready to build a log cabin or hauling logs or doing something like that. However, this time of year is breakup, so the snow that is there is rotten, and there's really nothing I can achieve without just undue difficulty at this point. Which leads us to another thing. We intend to actually move there, so everything that's here either needs to go or has to go up there, one way or the other. And that leads me to the RV that's behind me. You guys have seen this in other videos, this giant four-wheel drive RV that I built. Obviously, that's not going up there. There's some things I need to do with it before I can sell it. Obviously it needs a cleaning. It's been used as a spare bedroom up here since we've lived up here for guests, and it had an issue inside of it before we even moved up here. The material that they use for the ceiling, it spans quite a distance and there's no support on it, and I've seen this before. It's like the ceiling tiles, whatever that material is, it sags over time. So I need to cut it out and get that removed, and we need to get it cleaned up so we can get it sold. I'm kind of taking this project on solo just because it is kind of an unpleasant job. I'll be wearing a mask while I'm tearing things down, and I don't need two people in there with that. So I'm gonna start by showing you how bad it is. And it's not, there is one little spot where we got some water leakage. I think that was during the winter from the antenna that we don't use anyway. So the antenna is going to go away. But I want to kind of restore the ceiling in here because this RV is worth quite a bit of money. And the ceiling's got to be good for me to ask that. And it doesn't look good now. So I'll take you inside and show you what we're gonna do. Meanwhile, the snow is melting fast. There's very little left around here, but up where we're gonna build, there's actually quite a bit of snow yet, and it's just not worth dealing with. So this is kind of a cool project. I've wanted to work on this for a long time, and I'm sure quite a few other people that own RVs might have the same situation. So this should be a way where we can remedy that in a very updated, functional sort of way. So let me take you inside and show you what we got. So I'm hoping these lights they're all LED, and I'm hoping they're not flickering. I'm gonna try to get what I'm seeing for you. So let's see. Okay, so what happens is that these tiles are sagging terribly in the middle. I'm hoping that shows up there. They're down at least 4 inches, so it's absolutely not gonna work for me. In addition to that, in this area that's where the antenna was, and there was a little leaking there, and we got a little bit through the AC unit, which what I'm gonna do, see, this is that foam stuff. It's like 5/8 of an inch, that kind of, and it's got a seam where every one of these are. So I'm planning to cut along this edge because I can't remove this plastic because it goes on both sides of the cabinets. So I'm gonna cut along that with a Dremel tool and just remove it and see what's up there. This is an Alumilite, so it's supposed to be all aluminum bracing in there, so we should be able to figure that out. See up here, you can see it, how it sags wherever it's not supported. I have seen that before, so we're gonna start by doing the bathroom first, and the bathroom has always had an issue, and you can see it's peeling over there. So I'll take this cover down and take the light down, and we'll cut that out, and that'll give us a good image of what we've got to work with. So I'll get us going on that. Start by taking the screen down. And that broke off. But you can see there's mold up here. That's really gross. So when it comes to actually cutting this out, I will be wearing an N95 mask. I'm gonna have to remove this light off. Oh, and that's freaking crimped on. That's helpful. Okay. Unfortunately, they crimped this wire right in here, so I'm just going to cut it, and I will splice that back in when I'm putting the light back in. I don't honestly think this is held up by anything other than the walls. It's just up there. So we're going to cut it down. This is a tool that we're going to use. This is a Dremel Multi-Max with an oscillating blade on it. So I will use that and carefully cut along these edges, and yeah, we'll go from there. Come down. This is what we've got now. So these are all aluminum rails. Aluminum, it looks to be like angle iron that goes across there. And that's what things screw to, like your framer on the fan and that sort of thing. Yeah, and there appears to be quite a bit of insulation up there. When I go to put it back in, that's where I'll have to get a little bit creative. What I'm planning to do is use cedar. And what I think I would like to do here is put some little nailer strips on here, and then my cedar will I can just pin nail it and glue it to the nailer strips. I think that's kind of my plan. Not sure how to deal with the edges yet either because of this molding that they use. So I will keep going here and see what we gotta do. So what we've decided to do for the ceiling, we are going to use this shiplap or beadboard, and it's a PVC product, so it'll be impervious to moisture, anything like that. The downside is the screws that I'm using are right here, these little trim screws, but the threads don't go all the way up on here on the shank. So I have to cut some furring strips out of 1/2-inch plywood, and I will put these up and screw the material to that. So I'm going to cut a bunch of those quick, and I can get to work installing this. So here's what it looks like when it's done. I put the furring strips down, and I'm doing 4-foot sections in here, mainly so there's a little bit of flex, but you can see now, as opposed to before, it's actually flat. It's odd enough, it feels like there's a lot more headroom in here, which technically there is. So the way I start, and here's what I'm doing now, I'm actually screwing these furring strips right to the aluminum, and I'll do that wherever there's a brace here, and there's a brace over here, and then I will put the material up. I've got some fixing to do over there yet, as you can see, and the screws that I'm using for this, I'm not pre-drilling holes or anything. I'm using these little guys right here with a tiny little head on them. I mean, you can see them up here, and I'll go back and I'll caulk those spots afterwards. so they'll be a lot less visible, at least the center of them. And of course it's got to be clean because I'm getting my dirty handprints all over it. But yeah, I will get this done next, one section at a time. This is the area where the antenna used to be, and I removed that completely because it was leaking onto my ceiling downstairs. I scraped all the old caulking off it, 40-year-old caulking. I re-caulked it with a liberal amount around there, the self-leveling sealer. I cut a patch out of flashing, and I screwed that down using self-sealing roofing screws, and then it rained immediately. So once this dries off, I'll spray paint that, and that'll look just fine. So we're down to the last couple of sections. I guess these projects with me anyway, it always looks worse before it looks better. Definitely looks worse, but as you can see down here, the ceiling is done, and it is beautiful and flat and reflective, and I've got it caulked, so it looks really good. I got that light reinstalled. It looks pretty amazing, and it actually gives you a lot more headroom in here because your ceiling isn't bowing down 4 or 5 inches. So this is where the antenna had come through. I just roughly taped that up there so I'm not fighting that. And I've got my furring strips down, and I'll put you in time lapse, and we'll get this section in tonight, and then I think tomorrow I will do this front one. I just busted it out so I could get to this point here, so I could get to the seam, and then I will take that all down tomorrow and get the new ceiling up there too. It'll be particularly nice up there because this bed doesn't have a whole lot of headroom, so losing the 3-4 inches is actually really significant. So I'll get that fixed, and then we still have the bathroom to do. So we'll be done with this in a couple of days, and I still got a couple more projects. Like I said, I need to paint the door, and right here I'm gonna cut out that whole section of floor, and I think I'm gonna make like an aluminum pan that goes in there to catch any moisture and keep it from getting anywhere else on the floor. That's the only spot that's a little bit questionable, right where that door bolts down. So we will fix that next. Meanwhile, I will put you in time-lapse mode and see if I can't get this done. So everything that I do on this, I didn't really show you how I'm cutting it, but everything that I do on this I mark with a pencil, because it always rains here and it is sometimes damp, and the pencil works great on this PVC. And the cutting that I do, you can cut it with anything. It cuts just like butter. And I've been using a skill saw and a speed square, or my Dremel multi-tool. I gotta go cut this one out, and we'll get it up. We're only a couple of pieces away from being done putting it up anyway. I'll be right back. Okay, so the next one is going to be 40.5. We're going to have to trim it down to 4.5. Yeah, 40.5 by 4.5. Ceiling is up. Now, we've got a bunch of trim that we got to do, and we got to put the fan shroud and the light back in. The ceiling was so super duper warped, it seemed like it was actually warping this. Let's see how this goes back in. Okay, that'll work. Now we need to put our light in. And because of the way they had these lights mounted, I had to actually cut the wire. So I'm just gonna strip this back and put a butt connector on here. Strip it up here. This back on. It's connected. Hook up our ground. Make sure it still works. Oh yeah, it works. Something like that. Yeah. Ta-da! We'll check out, see if the fan works. Those max vent fans are awesome. Holy cow, they move a lot of air. Okay, now I need to put up the trim here and up there, do the caulking, and this ceiling is done. Okay, so in the bathroom here, there were only 2 cross members that went across. So I put up a full sheet of plywood to give what I'm going to put up there a better base. And what's going up there is aromatic cedar. I thought that'd be kind of nice in the bathroom and in the closet here as well. And this is what I'm putting up. So Cedar Essentials. So yeah, I'm going to get to that now. Hey, how's it going? This is Adam and Phyllis from Alaska Cut the Cord, and this is the final reveal of the new ceilings in the RV. You can see in here we have cedar in the bathroom, and it's an aromatic cedar. I just really like that in a bathroom. You don't have the moth problem or anything like that with that, and it's the same in the closet. So we've got that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Out here, everything is done in the PVC beadboard, and it looks, I think it looks awesome. Before, this light was sagging down 4 inches. It was really bad, and it wasn't because of water damage at all. It was just the material that it was made out of. So we've got all new ceiling throughout, all the way up to the front, and yeah, this thing should be good forever now. Everything is new, everything is nice. Out of all the things that we did on this RV, that was one thing that we just never got to, and now it is officially done. You know, I hate to be doing all this work because it's been a ton of work. Our goal is to sell it, and that is something that had to be done. For what I want for it, that's what we had to do. So I hope you guys are happy with it. I hope you like how we did that. Now, you're only really going to be able to do that on an RV with aluminum roof trusses. What I did isn't going to work if you've got wooden roof trusses. But in this case, it was the perfect solution for a problem that we had. Without further ado, this is Adam and Phyllis from Alaska Cut the Cord. Love you, bye.